Welcome back to the Tony Montana channel. In this occasion, I'll have a small conversation with you, or I will talk about the American People Terrier as I see it. First of all, let's talk about the history. I will talk a little bit of the history. A lot of people do that already, but I just want to make sure that the people that are listening to me now or in the future understand that the American People Terrier came from a dog uh, that were labeled dogs in a late 1800s and beginning of 1900s. They were still calling pit dogs, dogs that were worked in the pit, PIT, in basically in the ring of animals of dogs. Um, and their job was to fight, and whoever won was bred. Whoever was a better dog was bred, and whatever the owner thought was bred and tested again. And eventually, that created the breed called the American Pitbull Terrier. Now, once you realize that this breed is, was created from dogs that were working in the pit, and that is their job, you also will understand or should understand that these dogs are have personalities that are different from dogs that are bred to sleep and relax on the couch. It doesn't mean that they cannot do that. It just means that they have other requirements. So if we look at that and understand that history and that particular aspect of the dog, some people say, wow, this dog sounds like a vicious animal. Why do you love that animal? Why would you love the American People Terrier? And I basically have to really gather myself because to me it is so obvious to me because I've tried all other breeds, but I still don't get the I don't feel the soul of the American People Terrier in any other breed. So I do enjoy this breed best. I am a lover of dogs. I do enjoy other working breeds. Heck, I even enjoy non-working breeds. They all have their cuteness. They have their attraction. That's why they bred them to be attractive towards humans, or there's some sort of adorable bred into those dogs. And by the way, the American People Terrier also has that. It is also an adorable looking dog. But at the same time as being adorable, it is also a working dog, a successful dog, a dog that can do many things, and many things. So that is one of the things that I enjoy about this dog. I see this dog and understanding again the history of this dog, understanding it came from history pillars that created the dog, the American People Terrier. Those pillars are big dogs that are inside their DNA. So to me, these are Spartan level animals or Spartan dogs. Like we had a particular group of people called the Spartans that were bred to fight, were fighting people. I understand the Amazons also were the that way, and I'm sure there were many tribes that and groups of people that were bred specifically to fight. So that is part of the nature of humans, part of nature of nature. So anyway, why do we love the American Pit Terrier? Again, they have the attributes of a regular dog of being loving, being caring towards a human, protective towards a human, and they also have the stamina to keep up with you and then some. They actually motivate you, and they have the strength. They have the smartness. Why? Why not love them? But so why are these dogs in such a bad state? In more so in the United States. Well, these dogs tend to be very very, I guess, in tune with people, and sometimes the people are not so in tune with them. And what do I mean by that? Well, if the owner is not paying attention to that little puppy that they had got at 4 months old, 3 months old, now it's 11 months old, and seems to be very actively willing and eager to get close to other animals, and you're not paying attention to that, or worse, it's not even socializing enough with humans, so it may see a child as something other than a person, which again, it becomes a dangerous situation in the making. So it is, to me, very important who owns the true American People Terrier. Do we want people that are new to dogs, they have no clue what a potentially uh, aggressive, because they can be potentially aggressive towards animals or towards something that they consider animal, or a dog that was semi-taught to protect with, for example, that a vest, not the vest, but the arm, that that arm. Imagine it's winter, and that dog wasn't fully trained, and they see a child with a fatty ass coat, and he's wabbling, waving his hands or her hands, and the dog thinks, "Oh, it's showtime, it's playtime." The dog did not try to really attack the child. It is thinking it's doing what it's supposed to do because it was semi-trained. So again, it's very dangerous when you have not just this breed, but breeds that are large in size, potentially large in size, and definitely strong and fast. And our dogs are have the tendencies to stay in what they're doing no matter what. So it is very important who owns the breed, and I don't take it lightly. I've never bred a dog in my life, and I certainly have many dogs, but I've enjoyed them. But if I was ever to breed, I certainly would be very mindful to if I was to give one away. So again, I don't see myself doing that. But let's move forward with this. So, you know, I say the reason the American People Terrier it is where it is not because of the practice that have used to be of dog fighting. It's really a combination of the riffraff and the misinformation the public groups have throughout there for people that are naive and don't have access to true information. So these dumb people, let's call them dumb people, listen to the what the news is saying about, oh, this is what they do to teach these dogs to fight or to be aggressive. A couple of the things I remember: uh, gunpowder, hot sauce, uh, giving blood. Um, yeah, I mean, those are the things I remember that people used to say back in the day when I remember when I was young, you know. And it's such a silly. It's just it's just again it's mostly how the dogs are bred. The breeders have, I think that 90% or 80 to 90% of whatever the dog is, when you breed it, especially if you're a breeder, not just like someone that grows the dogs and nothing behind that. But if, you know, because you have an expectation of how they're going to react. For example, you can assure, oh, this dog is not going to bite anyone because you have intentionally chosen dogs that had that extra assurance that they're not going to bite anyone, or other things, or or I mean, perhaps some people do it for mouth. Oh, these dogs are, I guarantee you, they're going to have above average mouth. So if they're like catching dogs for hogs, that's a great attribute. I guess hold on, and they have one, and they're not letting go. But you know, I think that in big part, the uh, the guilty party here, in big part, are the organizations that supposedly are supposed to help the animal, help the dog, help the American People Terrier, but instead it's actually training individuals that shouldn't have the breed in the first place, spewing misinformation that's like the ones I mentioned, and then making it worse by even mentioning the horribleness of, oh, they steal your pets, your puppies, your little animals for bait dogs. This this thing of bait dogs is the most horrible thing I've ever heard in my life. I mean, think about it. I mean, we have uh, uh, like fighting sports like MMA. Let's think about an MMA fighter. This MMA fighter is put against a weak 100 pounder. The person, the MMA fighter is 200 pounds, and this is the other one is 100 pounds and is tied up. Do you think this MMA fighter is going to benefit at all from doing anything to this tied up 100 half a pound or half the weight opponent? So why would you think that what these people say that, oh, they put these big aggressive people against they tie the dog's mouth, they tie the dog's legs. Oh my God! Do you think that's going to benefit the dog? That really is. It's just basically, you know, I don't know. It just creates people that don't know any better, and they see, oh, my dog isn't really too aggressive. Maybe I need to go grab it. This other lady that I hate, I'm gonna grab that little dog. I'm gonna tape it up, and I'm gonna entice my dog to bit. Oh my God, that's what you're doing, people. People out there, please do not continue to make those statements in the public, in the media. Please stop it. Let's save some animals here. That doesn't happen. Even if like I said, away from the street animals that do that, because probably that's the only source of information they've heard, and it comes from supposedly experts in the activity of dogfighting. My God, be responsible, people, please. You know, I get so excited about this, so excited, but not in a good way. I just want you people to understand, including the laws, the new laws that are being pushed, that are being so harsh, that it seems like any type of crime related to these dogs is worse than raping or killing a human being. And the fact that the laws have changed have pushed away a lot of the good people and left the new people at the mercy of misinformation. The notion that the breed is dangerous to humans further the hate towards the breed and place a stigma on the owners, people. Come on. All I'm asking you, animal rights people, is to allow the breed to exist. Please stop being the SS of the American People Terrier breed. The breed deserves to exist. But how are we going to continue to preserve the integrity of the breed? Given the changes in the laws, we also have to change. We have to find other ways to test the stock in our hands. We have to be smart. We have to evaluate what used to test the dogs at the time when the laws were different. We know that basically the dogs used to quit again when the laws were different, used to quit out of fatigueness, out of being tired, a lot sooner than pain, than injury. So here, I say to you, find ways of testing your dog's level of fatigueness and that it continues to work through that fatigueness, that tiredness. And I'm hoping that the laws do not say that that's illegal. We are looking to test the marrow of the breed in the legal way possible. Please allow us a leeway of testing fatigueness. Certainly not injury, but fatigueness. Getting it, getting a dog tired to a level and seeing if the dog is going to continue doing whatever task the dog enjoys to do. Obviously, not talking about dog fighting, but other things. That would be a way that you guys, anybody, can be responsible owners and still have some way of testing the quality of your dog. Again, because the dog will quit sooner by being tired than by being injured. But anyway, going back to the topic, preserving this breed is as important as preserving any other animal. This dog is in danger. I'm not saying there's not enough in the world that it cannot reproduce, but it's in danger because it's being constantly attacked. It is actively being attacked, actively being hunted. Consciously or subconsciously, you animal rights people, you are part of the reason why our dogs are being destroyed, the dogs being killed. Please, 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 I beg you, you have to understand that these dogs deserve to live. You don't have to like them. You don't have to like that these dogs are animal aggressive. We are responsible owners and we try to manage our dogs consciously and protect other animals. But also, you also have to remember, you also, if you have animals, you don't have the right over other animals. You have to also follow the leash laws. If you have a small dog and your dog isn't biting anybody, but remember, there's other animals out there. Please be conscious that you have to also abide by the same laws that we do. We are animal lovers. We just happen to love different breeds. Please allow us to have our dogs in peace without being harassed, without being assumed as dog fighters just for owning them. And to my fellow doggers, I ask you, be responsible yourself. Don't act a fool in the public. Don't show your dogs to kill little animals in public or allow them to do that at all. If it's not a vermin that your area deems a vermin, don't do it. There's too many people, too many eyes, too many considerations, and what's the point in doing that? Be a better person. Be a better you. Be, for your own dog. We, as American People Terrier owners, have also a responsibility to be ambassadors to the breed as well as our dogs being ambassadors to their breed. So we are ambassadors to the breed of doggers or dog owners of this breed. We have to be gentlemen and ladies. We have to make sure that we show a better side. We have to be the better us for the sake of the breed and for the sake of the community. We need to be better than the people than the generation before us. People before us, there was a lot of people backstabbers. Let's not be that. Let's not assume you're going to be dealing with backstabbers. Let's try to be honorable. Your word should be your bond. Nothing more valuable in this world. No amount of money is more valuable in this world than your word. So, you are a millionaire until you become poor by your own hands. Be a better you. Be that dog man that you want to be. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.